In a time in our society when filmmakers are desperately trying to push female superheroes to the front, and some even going as far as to demean people who didn't like mediocre or bad films, accusing fans of sexism and misogyny, I'm here to offer everyone an alternative. Instead of trying to regender decades-old comic and movie characters, I suggest we start to look at real-life female heroes whom, I believe, that if you really believe in the message you're preaching, provide not only a better story, but serve as better role models for young women and men alike. If you want to celebrate female empowerment, let's take a look at some real-life females who stepped up when they heard the call. Me being who I am, can't think of anyone better to start this with than the first woman to bear the title United States Marine, and her name was Opha May Johnson. Born Opha May Jacob on 4 May 1878 in Kokomo, Indiana, she was the first woman to enlist in the United States Marine Corps. Opha May joined the Marine Corps Reserve 13 August 1918 during World War I. However, Johnson was the first because she was the first in line that day when over 300 women answered the call of duty and stepped up to become United States Marines. Johnson was 39 years old at the time of her enlistment. Her first duties were as a clerk at HQMC, or Headquarters Marine Corps, managing the records of other female enlistees who joined after she. In September of the same year, she was promoted to the rank of sergeant, making her, at the time, the highest-ranking woman in the Marine Corps. On 11 July 1919, the American Legion granted a charter to Belleau Wood Post No. 1, the first post of women's Marine Corps reservists. Membership consisted of 90 women who had worked at HQMC, and Johnson was a charter member of this post. At the end of World War I, Johnson, along with all of the other fine women who stepped up to the call, were disenrolled from military service, but Sergeant Johnson wasn't done serving her country and Corps just yet. After disenrollment, she became a clerk in the War Department and worked for the Marine Corps as a civil servant, retiring in 1943. Johnson died on 11 August 1955 at Mount Alto Veterans Hospital in Washington, D.C. Services were held at Warner E. Pumphrey Funeral Home on 13 August 1955 on the 37th anniversary of the day she stood first in line of women answering the call to become United States Marines. She was buried near her husband and parents in Rock Creek Cemetery, unfortunately to an unmarked grave. That, of course, changed in 2017 when the Women Marines Association began raising funds to place a marker at her burial site. On 29 August 2018, she received a grave marker which celebrated 100 years of women in the Marines. While we can be certain it wasn't her intent, Marine Corps Sergeant Opha May Johnson's name will be uttered across the lips of male and female recruits alike, as when they are taught their history, will be reminded of the first woman to ever hold the title of United States Marine. Though over 300 women enlisted that day, it was Sergeant Johnson who was first in line. It was Sergeant Johnson who was motivated to get out of bed just a little sooner than the other women. It was Sergeant Johnson who had the intestinal fortitude to not second-guess her decision and to get down there and enlist. She was a hard charger. She was a trailblazer. She loved her country and Corps. She is the epitome of what it means to be a United States Marine. To the first woman to enlist in the United States Marine Corps, Sergeant Opha May Johnson. Semper Fidelis, Teufel
From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, we fight our country's battles in the air, on land and sea. First to fight for right and freedom, and to keep our honor clean. We are proud to claim the title of United States Marine. Our flags unfurled to every breeze, from dawn to setting sun. We have fought in every clime and place where we could take a gun. In the snow of far-off northern lands and in sunny tropic seas, you will we fought for life and never lost our nerve. If the Army and the Navy ever looked on heaven's seas,